All right, thanks again, Eric Bauer, Gaming Paper. I want to tell you about the Citadel of Pain. This uses the entire Mega Dungeon. The Mega Dungeon being that giant 7 foot by 10 foot, 8.5 by 11, 100 sheet page map that lays out and all the rooms fit together. There's a furnished side and an unfurnished side. You use the furnished side and you run the entire Citadel of Pain. This is an 80-page adventure by Lou Agresta and Roan Barton, two guys who have written some amazing stuff, but I think this is the pinnacle of what they've done so far. They've got a ton of talent. It's got artwork by Joel Bisk, also some artwork by Aaron Anderson. The map is done by Christopher West, who I'm sure you know, he's one of the most amazing cartographers in gaming today. 80-page adventure. It was kickstarted by these fine people here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Without them, it wouldn't have been possible. But 80 pages of just beautiful adventure. And the idea of this, let me give you the quick spiel. The idea is this is a huge citadel that was built by this Mad Duke. He's an alchemist, he's a mage, and he built this thing to try to capture the essence of people being tortured, to make himself, to gain power from that. He's trying to make himself into some sort of a deity. And when he depopulated his land because he was bringing more and more people in here. And real quick, if you're a player, put it on mute for pretty much the whole thing, because you don't want to know this. I'm not even kidding. What you want to do is get it for your DM so that he'll run it for you, but don't listen any further. For the rest of you who are going to be running this thing, basically he ends up sealing himself in here, or sealing the entire citadel. No one has gotten into it in 25 years, so you assume everything inside has perished. But that is not so, as you can imagine, because it's an 80-page adventure set inside of the Citadel. There's got to be something there. An amazing ecosystem of humanoids that have gone in and they've made a piece, but it's a very tentative piece. It's a very finely balanced piece. Now you drop in a group of 7th level adventurers. Guess what they do to that piece? I mean, it's all over the place. It's really a fun adventure. There's some unique pieces in it. Potions are used in a certain way. Each of the different factions, the bugbears, the troglodytes, all the others, they each have an altar of affliction, is what they're called. And these different altars change those creatures in some way, and they almost religiously pray to those altars. It's really unique. It's not your typical dungeon crawl. It works great for not just the guys who want to go rushing in there and carve it all up and kill everything. It works great for them, but to me, it works even better for those investigative adventurers who are going to go in and try to piece together the problem. They're not just going to hack and slash. They're going to work their way through this adventure in a fashion that's going to have a lot of really cool reveals and excitement for your players. So that's the Citadel of Pain. Now let me show you a couple other things. So you get the 80 pages of adventure, 12 pages of handouts, which are we tried to get a good feel of what they're supposed to be. This is supposed to be a folded up page. You've got booklets, things that are set in the wall, bas reliefs, sketches in notebooks. Really cool things that you can hand to your characters or to your players rather, and say, "Hey guys, you're really in this thing." You give them a little bit of let them become immersed a little bit in the adventure. It's really well done. There's one in here specifically that I wanted to pull out, if I can find it. Here you go. The other thing is Love and Hate in Rog Thandor, which of course you couldn't have an easy to pronounce name because that wouldn't fit in an adventure. But this shows you how each of those factions, the bugbears, ogres, minotaurs, troglodytes, and then the common folk all look at our players as well as each other. So, and it comes into play at the end of the adventure. There's sort of a battle royale. That's a nod to my friend Craig, who loves the wrestling. There's a battle royale, and who's going to fight on whose side, and that all depends on how you've treated everybody. But on top of that, you get 26 maps that work with the Mega Dungeon. Now, these don't all fit together, but many of them do. You've got... That's the weirdest room. You've got all these maps that work together to make larger areas, which is really cool. But there's 26 of them. I'll just lay them out a little bit and you can take a look. So that, my friends, is the Mega Dungeon. You can find it at local retailers. You can find it at paizo.com. Sorry, that is not the Mega Dungeon. That is the Citadel of Pain. You can find it at your retailers. You can find it at paizo.com. You can find it at gamingpaper.com. You can find it just about anywhere. So check it out. You're really going to like it. Thanks, Lou and Roan. Thanks, Christopher West. Thanks, Aaron Anderson and Joel Bisk. Appreciate it, and thanks for watching.